unleash your power. You are way more powerful than they made you believe, but you've just been operating in a toxic environment, okay? You've been trained to think that school is a place where you get smart, where you get a degree, and then you get a job, and then you get a house, whatever you want. That this is the way to success, okay? School, job, success, happiness. That's the program you have been programmed with. And let me tell you, I've talked to a lot of successful people that are successful according to society. Okay, I had thousands of sales calls in my life. Okay, and many of them told me, Tim, listen, I've done everything society said to me, but it's not making me happy. Okay, and that's because you are searching happiness in the wrong place. Okay. You have been programmed with the slave frequency. And what you want to do is get to your authentic, unique frequency. But because it's invisible to our eyes, we don't even know what we're searching for, okay? So it's very easy to let society program us with visions or goals that are not our own, because we don't know what we're searching for. And I'm exactly showing here what you are searching for, where real happiness is found, where your soul mission is found, where alignment is found. Okay, so what we actually want to do, I'm creating reality here on a vibrational perspective. Okay, so school is brainwashing. Okay? It gives you limited beliefs. Okay? And what you actually want to do is get to a situation where you can protect your energy. Protect your belief system. Okay? Use different plans, different things that allow you to start vibrating on your unique frequency in nature. Okay? Start to create a unique vision by channeling from your soul what the reason is here on earth. Why you are here on earth. Okay, while being in your own unique energy for a long period of time in nature, not worrying about money. Okay, lowering your expenses so you can live at a slower pace of life, so you can channel through what the reason you are here on earth. Okay, then when you are reaching a certain frequency of awareness and you start to understand, okay, this is who I am, this is the reason I'm here, then you have a lack of skill, you have a lack of awareness. Okay, then you have to get back in the real world again. Okay, but you should not go back in your environment, because that's the old environment, that's the old self environment. What you want to do is book a one-way ticket to a different country and become a new you, become a new you in a different matrix, because the whole world is one big matrix, unless you go, live in the Amazon, live in some there are some places where you live community like, but most places are matrix. So what you do is first find yourself in nature. Okay, find your vision, find your own way of thinking, and then you see, oh, I am here to make this world a better place in my own unique way. Big chance it's content creation, because this way you can reach the masses. Okay, and you have a unique message where you can reach the masses. Okay, and mine is like sketching, sharing my unique way of thinking. Then you buy a one-way ticket to a different country, if you're like, okay, Tim, I have no money, I have no, how can you make money, how can you book a ticket, how can you do these things? Link down below this video everything you need to live in different countries for free, okay? It should not be an excuse. Everything I'm saying is possible with the information I'm giving within the community, okay? So there is no excuse to not follow my advice, just to make that clear. Then when you are in a different country, when you are evolving in a new vibration, because a new vibration, you're mixing with different culture from a more unique perspective, you are learning, integrating, okay? And then when you have been doing this for like 1 year or something, or 6 months, you have learned a lot of lessons within a different frequency, and then you should go to nature again. You should go to nature again and be alone again. So external world, internal world, external world, internal world. And what you will be doing, you will be operating within this different frequency. Your brain is wired in a different way because you have an unconscious goal now, because you had a free time zone. You created a unique goal on your own unique, authentic vibration using different medicinal plants. Then you go to the external world again. You will start to attract people and things that give you skills, that give you different ways of perceiving reality. And then you should go back into nature again in a different way, in an evolved state. And you will be integrating these lessons. You will be integrating these way of thinking, these skills, okay? And then you transform, you evolve to your full potential. But if you always stay in this programming, okay, I have to go to school, I have to go to a job, that's how I success and that's happiness, you will always stay in the same place, you will always stay in the same belief systems, programming, you will never have alone time, so you're never capable of integrating these lessons in your own unique way. You are never capable of perceiving life in your own unique way. You always keep drinking alcohol and doing destructive stuff, going to toxic people, and always stay scared of the things that raises your awareness, that allows you to operate more from your neocortex instead of your reptilian brain. If you keep on moving this path, you will always be short-term thinker, low consciousness NPC. Okay, you will be a sheep controlled by the energy around you, and you will not be aware of the energy around you that's controlling your perspective, and therefore you get angry, you take actions on things that you think are your own choices, but it's actually the energy around you influencing your choices, okay? So think about a very good sales guy. People just buy his product. Why is that? He attuned his energy to a positive, uplifting state, creating win-win situations, okay? And therefore, when his energy field, this can be remote, this can be in person, touches other people's energy, they just feel an energy of, I can bring my guard down, I can just go with the flow and my life will become better. When people feel that, they adapt to your energy, okay? And that's how this energy stuff works also in the physical world to make money, and that's how I've been making money my whole life, by influencing people's perspective in a mutual win-win way, okay? If you influence people and only your life becomes better, you will lay on your bed and you will have a bad feeling within your heart until, you know, or you become substance abusing way, okay? Most people who abuse substances is because they don't understand this. They are trying to numb the message of their soul by consuming substances, okay? And the moment you start to consume substances, the right one, the one nature gave us to evolve, okay? Then this becomes more clear. Then you start to vibrate at your unique, authentic vibration, okay? And then when you bring value from your authentic vibration in this time and age, you will become very rich, okay? And that's the long-term vision. Because the world can only adapt to things that make it better, okay? Over the long term. So you will see a lot of companies that make a lot of money, but they make people sick. Yes, it works for now, maybe years. But one, they build a lot of bad karma. So if you look at it from, you know, multiple lifetimes, they are actually making their soul pattern, their soul lessons worse, okay? So just to make that clear. So you can be very successful in this life, but mess up all the next lives. All the next lives you have to learn all the lessons of the people you hurt, okay? And that can be a lot. So what you actually want to do is become the best version of yourself and make all these people, make all the lives better in your reality. All the people you meet, try to make it better in some kind of way without losing your own energy, okay? And then your next lives, you don't need lessons in your next lives anymore. You can just raise to pure bliss. That's the point. Also, if you will have a reincarnation in your next life, you will be put in a situation where you are more lucky, where you are, you know, it will all karma always comes back to you, okay? So we have been born in a system that has been created by beings that have a high consciousness but low values. Their goal is not to raise back to source. Their goal is domination and control. And they don't care about building karma, bad karma, because their goal is to stay in this realm with a lot of power. And that's where their joy is created from. Power and control, okay, and misery. They have a, but whatever. So we are souls coming to this earth, trying to make it a better place, but what happens? We are thrown in the school system, we get programmed with limited beliefs, and we keep chasing goals that has been programmed within us because we had to create our vision within the school system, and that was never our own unique thinking. That was never our own unique energy attuning to a reality that makes this world a better place, okay? It was always being thrown in a lake that goes one direction, okay? We have to create our goals, our visions within a lake that goes one direction. But what we actually want to do is we want to get out of this lake, get in a situation, in a vibration like nature. And from this vibration, attune to our soul mission. Attune our frequency to our authentic perspective. Before the school system programmed you with limited beliefs. Before culture programmed you with limited beliefs. Okay? And then start to attract people and things and situations that make you evolve into the version that can bring value to this world in its own unique way. And that's what I'm doing with these sketches. This is what I'm doing with the stuff I'm saying. I was only capable of bringing you these messages because I've stopped going to normal work for the last 5-6 years. I've been traveling around the world. I've been mixing with entrepreneurs. I've been evolving myself in nature with different spiritual plans. I have been working on myself, and it's not been easy. And all this time, it's also not easy to, you know, you have to control your feelings because you will always compare yourself to others and you will think you are falling behind. But that's not true because they are playing a different game, okay? It's very easy to make a lot of money in this system if you're selling out on your values, okay? Just sell your body. You make a lot of money very fast, okay? But you are selling your values, okay? You can sell, you know, drugs, whatever. You are selling your values. You are building bad karma, okay? You should only sell things that make this world a better place. You should only bring value in such a way that it comes from your authentic self. You were born and you will die. You were born and you will die. and what you do in between matters. But if you stay stuck in brainwashing, you will die brainwashed, okay? You will not be capable of bringing any value in your own authentic way into this reality. And this is what happens to 99%, 95%. And the problem is when you get out of this brainwashing, these brainwashed people start to label you. You're crazy. You're seeing things that are not true. You are whatever. And that's because the mainstream media programs these people to attack these people. Because these people, these awoken souls, will start to change this system. And therefore they let brainwashed people attack awakening people. Okay? That's what's happening right now. And it's just a game of control. Humans at the core are good. But we are brainwashed with different belief systems, okay? And then we defend and get angry at people that do not match our belief systems. But that's living in illusion. Instead of perceiving people from a different level of consciousness, perceiving humans with different belief systems, okay, understanding if they get angry at you, if they say bad things towards you, it's just a reflection of what's happening from within them, okay. Sometimes it's funny because when I say certain stuff online that does not matches the worldview of other people, they start to say things to me to give me a bad feeling, and they say it about things that I have zero insecurities about. So what I read today was like I was commenting on a video telling a girl how brainwashed they are. You know, that they are totally controlled by, you know, Moroccan culture, because, you know, these are the people that coming in within the Netherlands, and it's really sad because, you know, it influences the mind of people in a not positive way. And nothing against Moroccans, there are a lot of good ones. I had, you know, some Moroccan friends, just to be clear, but there's a lot of toxic energy coming from that country also. So I was saying that stuff, and then against girls, and then one girl come at me, like 16 years old or something, starting to attack me on my physical appearance, and I was just funny. I was just smiling about it because I have zero insecurities about my physical appearance. You know, I actually have to protect myself from girls sometimes. So it's like it's funny that people just say stuff to you. If you make them feel bad, they will say stuff to you from their level of awareness, trying to give you a bad feeling, okay? Because you gave them a bad feeling. But the only reason you gave them a bad feeling is because you're breaking their worldview, okay? And because of that pain, because not willing to look at their own worldview, trying to accept that their worldview is broken and flawed. They just try to pass that feeling you gave them back to you, but they just try to find something from their level of consciousness to hurt you. But you can only hurt someone mentally, okay, and this comes from someone who's their whole life in sales, and I'm a professional heartbreaker. You can only hurt someone mentally if you are capable of perceiving the worldview of the other person and then seeing what's flawed and then communicating it in such a way that they connect the dots and understand it. And this breaks the ego. And we are here just on a journey of breaking each other's ego, okay, until we can collaborate and cooperate in a loving way again. So we have to break hearts. We have to break feelings. We have to be harsh. And this is maybe the opposite of what society teaches you. You have to be nice, you have to respect each other, you have to be all these things. And I believe, yes, when it's beneficial, but we are programmed in such a toxic way that we have to break each other's ego to heal. Okay. My ego has been broken many, many times, especially when I was still living in the culture of the Netherlands. And when I started to travel, and I was thinking, oh, what a smart guy I am, what a successful blah, blah, blah. Then I start to mix with other people and cultures, and they broke my ego constantly because I was capable of absorbing the energy, absorbing the message, and then integrating it. Instead of using that pain that I experience and pass it back on, I use that pain, go to nature, integrate the message, and then evolve, understand their perspective. Even if someone says something to you that does not fit reality, so it's also, they try to give you a bad feeling, but the message comes from a low consciousness, you can still absorb the energy and understand where the message is coming from. Is it coming from truth, or is it coming from breaking their worldview? Is it coming from you are not fitting their inner vision? So it does not matter what negative energy is passed on to you. If you are capable of understanding where the negative energy comes from, you evolve. Okay? That's so powerful once you start to understand it, because that's the moment you stop absorbing pain and experience it. That's when you start eating the pain and evolving. Okay, absorbing all pain, absorbing all mental pain, and evolving. And so many people, they start numbing their feelings. What you should actually do is absorb the pain, understand it, integrate it, and then evolve. Okay, and then take more effective actions. That's how you transmute from every pain into a better self, instead of experiencing mental pain, then numbing your feelings with whatever substance or person. This is the real power, and this can only be done when you're capable of having access to the plants nature gave us, when you have access to nature itself. And don't worry about earning money. Don't worry about all these things. Living with lower expenses. And if there comes a thought again in your mind, Tim, that's not possible because of this and this and this and this. Click on the link below this video. Everything you need to achieve freedom. That's the whole point of life. You know, I already done this, and I'm now sharing how to break you free from this matrix. That's the whole point. I already created all the tools to break you free. That's the reason I'm here on earth. That's my soul mission, to guide you to freedom, okay? I've done this. I've been living all over the world. You don't need a lot of money, okay? If you just make a 500 or 1,000 a month while having no expenses, you're already free if it can be done location independent. You don't need to be rich to be free. You need to be not worrying about money, location independent, being on a high energy, evolving to your full potential. That's real richness. You don't have to be a millionaire. You don't have to reach the goals society has created for you. Okay? That's all brainwashing from this low level of consciousness. Okay? You don't need a lot of money to be happy. Okay? You just need to lower your expenses and control your dopamine. Control the substances you put in your body. Control your awareness. Getting from this place, brainwashing, controlled by the vibration of the environment, thinking you making your own choices, but it's actually the frequency of the environment that controls your perspective. Moving from that place to a place of fully starting to control your own energy again, okay? Fully taking control over your own perspective. Removing the brainwashing of society. Start perceiving things on a vibrational perspective and starting to understand, oh wait, I have to protect my energy, I have to protect my belief systems. If I'm doing something toxic towards other people, if I'm doing things towards other people that's making them worse, you are brainwashed from the core, when you were born, you were good, okay? And then the brainwashing came, and then you became angry, aggressive, hostile towards other people. But if you go back to the core, you are good. The only thing that brought you out of your core is because you had to operate within a system that only provided you with validation when you were effective. But effective does not mean you are operating from your authentic state, okay? Because only from operating from your authentic state, the reason you were reincarnated into this lifetime to make this world a better place in your own unique way, if you start to operate from that frequency, you will become a good person. You will start to see the good in everyone, okay? And something else, something great will happen. The universe will start to adapt to you. The universe will become more liquid. Why? Because an authentic vibration is the highest frequency possible. And if you are vibrating on an authentic frequency, on a high vibration, okay, the universe itself becomes more vibrational. It becomes more liquid. Okay? If you operate from a low, fear-based vibration, you have to work very hard to achieve goals, to achieve money, whatever, okay, to survive. And that's how we are programmed. That's why the news constantly bombards us with, oh, war here, war there, negative this, prices higher. This is all to keep you emotionally on a low vibration, so you keep in struggle mode, okay? If you keep in struggle mode, your body gets sick. If your body gets sick, you get medicine from the doctors who are also programmed. They don't know how to heal people. They just know what pills they need to give for what problem, okay? But all the pills will not heal you, okay? They will just generate money for the people who keep you sick. All the medicine that people created have been created to keep you sick, to keep you paying money for the medicine. And you will say, no, the government pays for it. No, you pay taxes. You are just not in control of not paying, okay? By paying taxes, you are still paying for your neighbor to get medicine that keep him sick. And this whole system is created within a low level of consciousness. It's all brainwashing, okay? Once we fully start to understand, wait, my low consciousness keeps me chasing goals that do not make me happy. And I keep chasing these goals because I have to mix with people and things that control my belief systems, that control my vision, that control the images in my mind. If I keep mixing with them, I will stay in a fear-based frequency. I will stay in a hate frequency. I will stay in these lower emotions. And therefore I stay stuck in a system that keeps the control within the elite, okay? And the elite also created the medicine you take, which will not solve the problem. Okay? It will just numb the problem. So there's a perpetual loop of unconsciousness here. That's the whole point of the system. Keep you in a perpetual loop that makes you unaware of the energy in which you are stuck. We are stuck in a mental jail. Freedom is fake. Everyone is a slave. Once you start to understand it, you can only get out of this slave system when you start to understand the real medicine, okay? Plants from nature that raise awareness. And real vibration, the vibration of nature, okay? Of this world, going to different parts of the world, experiencing different energies of the world, okay? Instead of same place, same people, same news, same doctors, same culture. These things all have a frequency. They all have a frequency, but because we are not aware of the frequency of these things, we stay stuck in it, okay? And we stay programmed with the images to fear things that heal us and to accept things that make us sick. That's the core problem of this matrix, okay? So if you need any help, go to the link below this video, everything you need to break free from this matrix. And make sure to like, subscribe. Subscribing is very important. I will keep posting videos that wake you up, that make you see reality with more depth, okay? And yeah, thanks for watching. And I will see you in the next one. Make sure to join the community, link below the video, okay? Great. Have a great day. Bye-bye.